yesterday. Bro, I got puts yesterday. Should I sell? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Should I sell? Bro, should I sell? I got puts yesterday. Oh my gosh. They didn't even give me an exit, bro. They didn't even give me an exit, bro. There was no exit. Should I sell, bro? I'm not. Are the tariffs coming back? Are the tariffs coming back, bro? Is China, please don't make a deal, China, please. China, please don't make a deal. China, please say no. Say no, China, say no. Say no, China. Please. Please, China. Let's get the live stream to 2K likes before we get started. 2K likes before we get started. You guys know me, man. You guys know me, man. Of course I made me. Of course I made me some bread. Of course. Of course the biggest bull made himself some bread. Of course he did. $50 for the day, and the biggest bull not gonna make him some bread? Nah, bro. He gonna make him some bread. I was just waiting. You know what I'm saying? I was just waiting. Man. I was like, nah, bro. No way they gonna do that. No way they gonna do that to the market. And lo and behold, a $50 a day. Lo and behold, I've never seen anything like it. This has been. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. I think this is the biggest green day I've ever had since I've been trading. I really do think so. I really do think so. And the funny part is, we probably have a couple more of these days. Like, I don't think these days are done. I think we have all-time highs on the horizon. I really do. I really do think all-time highs is on the horizon. You guys know me, man. The biggest bull, man. The biggest bull. I was bullish while we were going down. You know what I'm saying? I was bullish while we were going down. I was like, dang, they're going to do me like that. Dang, they're going to do me like that. Hold on. I was like, bro, they're going to do me like that. I was like, dang. They going to... God. I was like, dang, they're going to do your boy like that. I was like, boom, dang, they going to do me like that. I already bet. Boom, they going to do me like that. They gonna do me like that? I already bet. I'm gonna get into some Nvidia calls, and I'm gonna hold them. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get into some. But I was like, yo, like this is about 1.5 month rent. This is rent. This is a. We gonna have to cut back on expenses here soon. I was like, dang, bro. And I was like, all right, man, let me get into some NVIDIA calls. I was like, nah, bro. They going to run it up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's all the Bears got, bro. This was me. I was like, man, they not going to keep doing what they doing. I was like, that's all they got for real. That's all they could do. That's all they could do. Like, that's it. This was last week. I was like, that's it. I was like, that's all y'all got, huh? That's all y'all boys got. And I was like, all right, bet. The weekend came. I was like, all right, that's not gonna happen again. I'm down 7K. I'm holding it. Pockets is, you know, they hurting a little bit. I still got bread. Like, I'm not a dummy. I don't put all my money into the market, right? I don't put all my money into the market. I was like, all right, I'm gonna look for some setups. I was like, all right, Apple looks amazing. It's not going below 176. It's a bounce at 176 for sure. Came in the next week. Got the INTC calls. Boom, those cooked up. Made 58%. These are actually like 120%. These cooked up a lot. But I was like, boom, I got into some INTC calls. As soon as Monday morning. All right. I'm back at it. I'm you know, I'm still cooked a little bit, but the money coming back. And then the market started going down. I was like, dang, bro, they gonna really cook me. And then I got into then the next day came, Tuesday came. I was like, you know what? Yesterday I was like, I'm gonna get into some SOXO calls. I'm gonna get into some SOXL calls. You know what? April 25th. This gives me 3 weeks. It's in a buying area, like a buying area that I hasn't seen since 2021. Like this gotta hit. Semiconductors are down. Tariff news is already out. Like what worse could happen, bro? Pick them up. Boom. Man, they started going down, bro. They started going down. My Nvidia calls are coming back too. So my account was turning. It was only down 5% on Tuesday. Like a lot of semiconductors are coming back because we got that pump. And my account was only down. It was recovering. I think I was like negative like 4K, 3K. I don't know. I was holding the bag. You know me, biggest bull. I buy time. I buy a good strike. So my Nvidia calls are coming back. They actually turned green, but I was holding them. And then boom, midday came Tuesday. Midday came Tuesday. I said and SOXO was falling off a cliff. I think it ended at like $8. I said I'm buying more, bro. I'm buying more. I'm buying more. Look, we have time. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, I was getting hate DMs. Man, it was like, bro, like get puts, dude. Like you suck. Please get puts. Please get puts. You don't know what you're talking about, dude. I was like, God, dang, all right. That's all right. I've been in the market long enough to know that, I don't let that stuff faze me. All right, cool. I'm going to do what I do. I'm buying more, bro. And then, today came. I was like, I'm getting the Amazon calls too. It was like, bro, you getting the calls again? It was like, at this point, they were just mad at me, bro. They were like, bro, you're getting into calls again? You're getting into some Amazon calls today? No, bro. You're an idiot. Man, I took them, bro. I was like, man, this is my account. This is what I think the market gonna do. Then I said I was eyeing some INTC calls. And then I seen this tweet from Donald Trump. I was like, yeah, today's about to go stupid. Today's about to go crazy. And then lo and behold, man, the SOXO calls came back. SOXL, these were down like 60, 60%. If you know, you know. If you're in the Discord, these were down. You know these are down, and I told you to buy more. Hopefully you bought more. Hopefully you didn't sell. We had 3 weeks on them. I don't know why you would sell. These went up 123%, and then boom, whole account came back, bro. I was like, yo. Yeah. And then I had to come in here. I had to come in here and talk. And bro, I'm humble, okay? I'm humble. I should have just left it as it is. God forgive me on this one, because I wasn't humble when I was popping it, bro. I should have just left it as it is. I should have just said, "Yup, here it go," and went about my day. But bro, I'm telling you right now, the DMs, the clown emojis, the yada yada yada. Nah, bro. Nah. Y'all not about to disrespect me. I'm a vet. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my money in it. And what do you know? Everything went crazy. And, I made a whole bunch of money today. But, anyways, I know you guys want to see what the market is going to do, these next couple weeks or tomorrow, etc. And that's what we're going to mainly look at today. I want to check out some plays before we really get started. Keep liking the live stream, okay? Keep liking the live stream. We got Bert in here. My boy Mike and Juan we trust. Yes, sir. I try not to let you guys down. You know what I'm saying? I don't come in here and try to let you guys down. And then, boom, we had a $50 day. And I ate. People ate. Matter of fact, who ate? Yeah, my boys ate. He up at 11. Dang, he had a better day than me. Yeah, he had a better day. He was up 19, and we even had some crypto. Like we even cooked up on some crypto meme coins, and 239 for the day, and 386%, and we cooked up today pretty much. SOXO 215%, and this was all today. But made 6K today. We are going up, and hopefully a healthy pullback. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we'll have to see. But I think Me personally, I fully believe the stock market has, you know, another all time high in it, and you know, a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people think we've already topped, etc. But I just don't think so. I think we do have another all time high. Now, how long it takes to get there, I have no clue. Okay, but I do believe there's another all time high on the horizon. I do believe what's going to happen now is that people are gonna try to, you know, short the top or whatever they're trying to do. You know, try to get in puts. But when you look at this, this is why you have to pay attention to, you know, calls and options and what the majority of people are getting into. I saw people in the Discord, not so much in the Discord, but like people that you know don't make money. They were getting into puts. They were being massively overly bearish, like to the point where it's like, all right, bro, like yeah. I was just rubbing my beard. I was like, yeah, it's that time, and you know it ended up kicking off. But this was at one, like this was the highest it's been like since the last dump we had really back last year in like August, and you know on these huge dumps that we were having like August, this was crazy, and then April right here. Okay, so when that stuff gets to like the extreme fear and you know above one, that's a good sign that okay, reversal or some sort of bounce is going to happen. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention to this, and this is still very high. I'm expecting like a massive spike down, because if not, we're just going to continue to squeeze to the upside, because a lot of people are going to continue to hop into shorts, or you know think the market is going to still crash or whatever it may be. But also one thing that I want to pay attention to is China, which after I get done talking about the Qs, we'll look at China, and also that the Qs on the weekly stays above 550, 58, 57. Okay, it needs to stay above 4 or 457, 450, 458 for this to continue much higher. Okay, so be paying attention to that. And that's the main thing I'm looking at for the Qs. My overall opinion, which is I believe the stock market is going to go up. I believe we're going to see another all-time high. I think the Qs is going to end up being probably around like 600 by the time, you know, by the time Trump news comes out talking about Trump is the best, Trump tariff news worked, and the worst is behind us. That stuff. Wait for that stuff to come out, and then that's when I think the market will probably turn a bit more bearish, and I'll be looking for some shorts and etc. But until then, I think the market has an all-time high in it. I really do. What other, like, can someone tell me in the comments why else would the market be bearish besides the tariff news? You can't. You can't. You can't. Somebody in the market, like, tell me why the market would be bearish besides the tariff news. Recession fears is literally a myth. You Oh my gosh, can you explain what I'm looking at? Rates are still elevated, bro. Tariffs bad enough. Fed Reserve hasn't cut yet. Caused the Great Depression. I said besides the tariff news, meaning tariff news is literally going to come down, right? Or he's taking it off. It was a bluff, like 90 days, and China and Trump are going to come together and make a huge deal. And that's why I want to talk about China, because the China market is undervalued right now, and it's going to have a huge pump once they do figure out that tariff news. But also, when you see people talking about a recession, no one, like, today, there's like 3 banks. It's like Goldman Sachs, recession. We're going to have recession. Like 3 days ago, I think Bank of America, there's going to be a recession. You go on TikTok, we're in a recession, guys. This is what you should be preparing for. That's fear mongering. First of all, you won't even know we're in a recession when the recession actually ticks off, okay? Like, the market will probably be at like all-time highs. Like, people will be shouting from the rooftops, buy stocks when we're in a recession. It's not the opposite. Once we're in a recession, like, you'll know. You'll know. It won't be the banks telling you. The banks are always trying to do the inverse anyways. They try to get literally the bank's main goal is for you to lose money, the retail traders to lose money, and for them to profit off of you capitulating and losing money. Think of them as like the market manipulators. Okay, so when you see news and stuff like that, don't even pay attention to it for multiple reasons. You know, we talked about this the last time the market bottomed back literally over here. Okay, literally big banks were telling you the market was in a recession, we're going down, do not buy stocks, etc. Right here, right here. They're saying we're going to be in a recession. Big banks, Goldman Sachs, Bank, like all of them. And then all of a sudden we went to all-time highs, and So they're telling you the same thing right here. We had the biggest rally, $50 day in the like this is the biggest rally I've seen in since I've been trading. So um, don't pay too much attention to that. You could argue we've already been in a recession. Or, no, we haven't. Jobs, literally, you'll know, jobs are still abundant. Okay, when we're in a recession, the jobs is what's going to tick us off into a recession. Okay, the jobs are still abundant right now. People are still getting jobs. It hasn't spiked to the upside. I will show you a bunch of charts, but I don't want to get into that. That's I'll talk about it in the Discord. If you join the Discord, it's free. Link in the bio. We'll talk about it there. But anyways, I do want to look at China really quick. But yeah, other than the tariff news, no one can tell me why the market is bearish or bearish news because it's not. Because it's not. Okay, this is a buying opportunity for a lot of smart people. A lot of smart people so they can get in at a better price for the biggest rally you're going to ever see. And then I believe there is a recession. I believe there is a huge depression, some sort of, okay? I really do. My boy JPP in here, that's what it means. It means Joey Pizza Pasta, bro. I knew you're Sicilian, bro. Yeah, I knew it, bro. I knew it, bro. That's funny. I didn't know I thought JPP were like your initials. It's Joey Pizza Pasta, bro. I will still go down. I doubt China will switch up. Okay, if you guys don't know about the market at all, let's just see this really quick. This has happened before. An economic conflict between China and the United States has been ongoing since January 2018, when U.S. president began setting tariffs and other trade barriers on China. Okay, so yes, it's back, but this isn't the first time that trade wars have been happening, and the market still went to all-time highs. By the way, so I actually want to look at the 2018 market because I think that'll be helpful for China and for the Qs really quick. So that's not a new concept, okay? If you think the tariff news is new or whatever it may be, like this is what was happening. Sort of the same playbook, which is funny. Which is funny. Like this is August and then tariff December 2018, and then all of a sudden you saw all-time highs. Now I'm not gonna say that the same thing is gonna happen, but I do think we see an all-time highs. This monthly candle, if it does close like this, is absolutely crazy. But like I said, you want to see the Qs continue to close above 458, okay? And if you look at China, when China finally does come to a deal, it literally just had, and we're just getting, like, Vietnam agrees to negotiate a new trade deal with the U.S., okay? So that news just came in. Canada just agreed to renegotiate. China is going to come around. It just makes sense. And I think the plan all along, like, what you have to realize, these superpowers are not, that's why I think it's hilarious when I see people for the tariff news or for without, like the whole thing is just a trick. The people, okay, China and Trump are probably buddies. They probably drink beer together like on a random Tuesday, just on a private, like, you understand? That's what I personally think. Okay, but the whole thing I believe is to get the markets in China and the United States to just pump, okay? And I think China is going to end up pumping. To be honest, it's on an uptrend anyways. This thing has been on an uptrend since literally a year ago, February 2024, okay? China is very, very bullish, and it's been bullish for the past year. And now you're getting it at literally the bottom of a trend. So, of course, I think China calls right here could be good. Now, what China stocks, I think Baidu will probably do very good. Baidu is at a great discount. Bull diverging on a weekly time frame. It just looks good. And the main thing I want to focus on is the China and United States news coming through. So I think they will find a deal. Now, if they don't, I mean, the worst has already been happening. You're already seeing it. You don't trade like, and I actually did the wrong thing. You don't trade when, what is it? Buy the rumor, sell the news, or sell the rumor, buy the news. That's exactly what's happening in these markets. Okay, if yesterday all the tariff news came out, China 100%, tariffs all around confirmed. All right, that was a bear trap, bro. Why? because they sold the news and they bought the rumor. Or no, they sold the rumor and bought the news. Okay? So the market is forward looking is what you have to realize. And I actually messed up on that when the market was going down and I had to force myself. You guys saw all the bad, like the how much I was down. Like I was buying far further out calls, by the way. Like I was getting into Nvidia like 3 weeks out. Stuff like that. So yes, I was down for the time being, but ultimately I ended up making more money than I was down. A lot more money than I was down. So make sure you're understanding that when you're inside the market. Okay? You are wrong with China big time. Hey man, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Dude, you rock. Oh yeah, man. And that's the thing, like a lot of people that gave up. But I was young, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like literally you could do God is real and you could do anything. Just know that. Trump drinks Yingling. All right, bro. You think the market is coming down again that low since it just went up today? I don't know about that. But Futu looks really good. Like I said, China in general looks really good. And if like the thing is you're making a smart bet anyways, okay? You're betting on that China and the United States come to a trade deal, which they have in the future. Like what like I don't know why that isn't a smart bet. And you're betting on the tariffs being not worse than they already have been. So you're betting on you already know the news has come out now. Unless they do 200%, then yeah, like that's crazy. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So you already know the news that came out 104%. All right, cool. Now you know that they're coming to a deal. Literally, Trump said it himself, and Trump has been an indicator. If you've been paying attention to the market at all, you know that Trump was literally like, I messed up. This is like, if you're not following Trump or, or if you don't remember him from his first term, if some of you guys remember from his first term, he was literally telling you to when to buy and when to sell, or sending out tweets, yada, 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 and the market went down or the market went up. So I forgot about that from his first term, and I'm being reminded of it his second term, and I missed the first one. He said, oh yeah, the market is going to be more painful. The economy is going to be short-term pain for long-term gain. Bro, he gave me the sell signal. And you know what I did, bro? I didn't listen to it. But this time around, I did listen to it. He said, this is a great time to buy. So Trump is definitely giving great trade, great, he lets you know. So I can respect him for that. But yeah, I think China comes to a trade deal. They're working on reciprocal tariff right now. China's already made a statement 40 minutes ago. They want a resolution, but they're not back. Yeah, of course they're going to say, of course they're not backing down. But like I said, I think they're working together. I think this is a ploy to get both of the markets pumping. I think, and that's what I think is going to happen. I think the Hang Seng is going to go absolutely crazy. The United States market is going to go absolutely crazy. It's already going crazy, $50 a day. And where I think we'll probably see a pullback is around that 500 area. Maybe 503 will probably get a nice little pullback and then ready for the next rip. But yeah, that's future stuff. I want to look at some other stocks. Like I said, I think China looks great. And to be honest, equity buys in general look great. CPI is going to send the market even higher this time. Do you think we will have a pullback after this huge pump? Look, are you still bullish on SoFi? Come on, man. Of course. And I actually meant to put out a tweet that literally if you draw the fibs from the bottom to the top that you see right here, it was at $9. Okay, it's at $9. And guess where it came down to? It went there perfectly. Okay? Last week it went there and closed above. This week it went there and is closing a bunch above. So yes, I'm very, very bullish on SoFi. I think SoFi has probably one of the best pumps in store for it. I have a price target like $40 for it, and now it's even forming hidden bull divergence on a weekly time frame. That's huge. That means the RSI is very low, while this is still making higher highs. So that's very bullish. It has earnings when April. Now another thing, like, will earnings continue to pump the market, or will earnings come out negative right? Because I think the market's gonna pump regardless. Now, if earnings doesn't pump it, and a lot of stocks earnings end up being negative or whatever it may be, that I think will bring more bear traps into the market for the higher push to the upside. Or earnings can just come out all positive and we just don't stop pumping, which I think is a somebody like, yo, bro, you're yapping. Somebody like, bro, so you're bullish and bullish. So you're bullish, yes, bro, yes, because I haven't seen all time highs yet. Yes, yes, bro, I'm bullish and bullish. That's a good way to put it. I'm bullish and bullish. We haven't seen all time high yet. Let's get the let's get the live stream to 10K likes. Um, Continue to show some love. This is great information, by the way. Like we've been cooking, okay? We've been cooking. Now, of course, if you aren't in the Discord and you don't know some of the plays that we're getting into, sure, you might have been lost. Like Soxo calls, these are up 50%. Stock, like the stock is up 50%. Yeah, and we ended up getting to these calls making a whole bunch of money. Nvidia calls made a whole bunch of money, and I still think the money is like, look at some of these prices you're getting. Okay, this is a price that you haven't seen since 2022, and the AI boom is here, by the way. Okay, the AI boom is here. You best believe you're gonna see a whole lot of things surrounded by AI in these next couple weeks and months. Are you bullish on Intel? Yeah. I don't do courses. No, I don't do courses. I'm more like my live stream is teaching, and sometimes in the Discord I post like what I'm looking at. But in terms of like sitting there and actually like describing, nah. Like you can get a lot of information just from my whole thing with the Discord is just making sure you get into a good play, you understand the analysis, and then you let your experience carry you along the way. Okay. Like the course thing, like some people read books and don't know what's going on after. Like, you know what I'm saying? Experience is your best teacher. Experience is your best teacher, but I think community is the most important aspect, because a lot of guys in the community have amazing opinions that you wouldn't have even thought about without talking to somebody that knows information. So yes, I have a community for sure, because I get information from it and I give information that's very valuable. But of course not. I don't do courses. AMD calls might be the move with the prices yet. Yeah, yeah. A lot of these things have gone crazy though. A lot of these things has gone crazy. But yeah, putting the experience is the best teacher. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Experience is the best teacher. Put in the comments what stocks you guys want to look at, and we'll take a peek at them. But like I said, I think a lot of these stocks have pumped, and the Trump trade right now is China. And Trump tweeted he thinks we're going to come to a deal, or whatever he said. He thinks the deal is, I'm calling him, yada, yada, yada. So I think that's the next index to pump, and I think we're going to get some amazing gains from looking at China. Okay, I mean that's what he said. He said, are you holding HIMS? I've never gotten HIMS, but I do think HIMS could be ready for a nice little pump. This is a good chart. And like I said, in a euphoric market, you're gonna see a lot of these stocks continue to go crazy. And this isn't even a chart that I would want to short. Like this thing is bull diverging on a 4-hour. All it needs now is a close above where it kept rejecting today, which was $30. So as soon as it gets above $30, this thing is going to end up pushing, probably back to around 34, 35, and then once you get above that, it's really about to go crazy. This thing is breaking out of it's retesting, breaking out. This thing looks amazing. So I would wait for it to trade, get some hourly closes above $30, and then I would start getting into it. But this thing is breaking out from a nice trend. It has bull divergence. Right? And small caps are going to end up going crazy. All right? Like TNA. Like we got into TNA at the bottom. The bottom. Yeah, TNA at the bottom. Like $20. I was getting clowned for that, bro. Now, the people in the Discord, we need it. Yeah, even like Robinhood. Like, for a lot of these stocks, the ones you need to, the ones that I'm paying attention to, I don't look. You don't need to pay attention to anything. Okay, just pay attention to what you need to pay attention to. What I'm paying attention to is stuff like Robinhood, which we're already in. We got in, bro. Don't even try to get in it. I'm gonna show you guys now because I still think they're good. Because I still think they're good. But we got into these what yesterday? Yeah, Monday. In hood calls, August 15th, the 50s. They're only $270. You go look at them now. You're not buying them for $270. I'll tell you that much. But because it was what $33? No, it was 36. It's $36, and now it's $6. Yeah, so Robinhood has great, amazing risk to reward, mainly because, and this thing is the same thing. So it looks like it's ready to break. It needs to. This is a bull flag, bro. Yeah, this is a bull flag. So, bro, I'm excited because this is a bull flag. This thing is about to go absolutely crazy, and we've already had a price target on this to like $100+. So once this starts breaking back above $55, you should anticipate Robinhood getting to around $130. Okay, and currently it's only 42. So I think Robinhood is an amazing stock right now. That yes, I think is gonna go absolutely crazy. Okay. Now, first price target back to IPO price. Look, bro, you guys literally saw me just draw this up, and what does it do? It takes you back to the top of the IPO price. So this bull flag would take you to $82, I believe. Bull diverging on the daily time frame. Looks great. Looks like it would be a W. Oh yeah, it looks very good. Above 55, I'm already in it. A lot of people are already in it. My girl Soka making money from it. She's already in it. If she's in here, hold it. Well, do what you want with it. I'm not. I don't know. Me personally, I would hold it. But my risk tolerance is different from yours. But yeah, I would hold it. But yeah, that stock looks great. Right now, like Target equity, like if you're not buying Target equity right here, you go to Target. Some of you guys go to Target with your wives and your girlfriends, like every Saturday, every other week or week, and you're not buying Target when it's at COVID prices. I don't care what news Target has right now. At COVID prices, at a $44 billion market cap, it's a must buy. Especially when you look at Walmart, which is at $718 billion. Yeah, they do a lot more, but Target is also has their own branding. And to be honest, when I think of stores, when I think of mega stores, I think of Walmart and Target. And then some locals, like mostly local stores like that. Like not everybody has like a Hy-Vee, not everybody has a Price Chopper. But when I think of mega stores, it's Walmart and Target, and obviously like Costco, but like that's like a warehouse wholesale type stuff. But yeah, put in the comments what other stocks you guys want to look at. We'll take a peek at them. Nike's another good equity buy. Like I love Nike right here. Sure, does it have supply? It might have supply chain issues. Sure, does it have a lot of stuff? But when I think of athletes, man, I'm not even gonna try to sell you on it. I just think this is a great stock. The stock's been out since 1985. Like I would buy right here, and if it goes lower, I would stop buying it. Like this is just a good first ad of it. Equity. Look at equity, man. Equity. This is what I think. Equity is good buys right now. I think we go to all-time highs. And then you look at some stuff like Net. I'm just looking at stocks that I want to look at now because I'm not getting that many. What you guys want to look at. So I'm gonna look at stocks I want to look at. And to be honest, these stocks are gonna end up doing great regardless. I don't come on here and looking at garbage stuff. So you look at Net. And Net, this is cybersecurity, by the way. Cybersecurity is going to be huge. You already see what's happening with Crowd. OKTA is about to go crazy. But this thing continues to close above 108. And it's about to close above 108 again on the weekly time frame. So, yes, Net looks absolutely amazing. And it's breaking out. Like, what I'm seeing right now is you're getting a lot of stocks that are breaking out from these downwards trends. Now, I don't know what this is called, okay? Maybe like a falling wedge or something. I don't know. But this thing is going to end up going crazy, in my opinion. It's had enough. Let me see something. I always like looking at stuff like this, like looking at the Fibonacci and seeing, bro. Yeah, man, looks great. Now, of course, I would have loved to get it at $90. Like I would have loved to get this at $90 because it literally came down to the swing low, swing high, buying area 618, and it came down directly right there. You could have easily opened up a swing trade, but a lot of people didn't, including me. I opened up swing trades on different things, but I'm just mad I didn't see this one. But a lot of people, the reason a lot of people didn't take action, the reason a lot of people didn't open in swing trades, because of the fear mongering that was happening in the media, and I'm sure everywhere you went. I'm sure everywhere you went. How do I know? Look, first of all, how did I know the market was bottoming? Bro, my pops texted me. My pops texted me. He said, "Yo, what are we shorting?" I was like, "Bro, what?" Mind you, this was like, this was like maybe last week on Thursday, Friday, and he actually did make some money on some puts. But like, yeah, the bottom is coming, and then when you start getting older people asking you, or what are we buying? Yeah, or not even what are we buying. If somebody asks you what are we buying, like they kind of know what you're talking about. They know the market goes back up when it dips. But somebody asks you what are we shorting, or don't mess with the market right now, or yada yada yada, we're close to a bottom, and that's exactly what happened. Um, Anyways, let's move on. MSTR. What are your thoughts about the Chase Investing app? I've never used it. No thoughts. MSTR. MSTR looks absolutely incredible. This is one of the strongest stocks. This is one of the strong. Listen to me. This is one of the strongest stocks. Okay. This is one of the strongest stocks. While the market was dumping, like this thing didn't move anywhere. It stayed, but it literally kept bouncing from 235 that it has been doing for almost 2 months straight. Okay, this thing is forming an incredible bull flag. Bitcoin has been holding amazingly strong. It came down to where we were talking about it at around 72 or 73, 75K, which was literally what we've been talking about. We said we wanted it at 73, 75K, and now I believe it's ready. It is ready to continue to go to the upside. I don't think it goes below 75K. The worst has already happened. The mindset of people has now been shifted on what Bitcoin actually is, which is a good thing and bad thing. Okay, now people think Bitcoin is a hedge. They think Bitcoin is a hedge. They think it's this next big thing. And yes, you can make some money on crypto. We've been doing it. Yes, you can make some money on crypto. Yes, you can come into crypto and make some money. We've been doing it literally this entire week. $180 into 620, 341% in like 5 minutes on meme. Now I like messing with meme coins, but yeah, Bitcoin. Yes, now they think it's a store of value. I have it going to 130K plus, probably more. You don't have to see around there, but once it gets to 130K, yes, we'll see what the sentiment is when it's there. But MSTR is incredible. I think MSTR has a measure. Like you can look at this, bro, and look, MSTR might take you to 600. So that's where I'll be looking at. That's what I'll be looking at for MSTR. You want to see it close above 300. You want to see it get to 420, obviously, and then it could start taking out 600. Okay, MSTR is very, very bullish. There's no way I would be looking like this is. There's no way I'd be bearish on this. There's no way I'd say this is not bearish. Okay, and you guys know me, man. I have a whole TikTok video telling you to buy this at $30. Okay, yes, I love MSTR, of course. Chart patterns, why? Because they work. Because they work, and obviously chart patterns isn't all that I know. Let me give you guys a tip really quick. ICT, BCT, LCT, FCT, WOM and 5. I'm just kidding. But if you look at like you don't need to hop from strategy to strategy, okay? A lot of strategies work but in different ways. If obviously some people suck at ICT, some people suck at looking at chart patterns. So ultimately that tells me it's not what strategy you know, it's how you use it, how much time you spent on it, etc. Okay? So that's the main thing, okay? It's like it's laughable. It's laughable when anyone talks about what strategy you're using. If it works, it works. It's working for me. It's working for me. And to be honest, that is a bull flag, bro. Like I'm not oblivious. Like that is a bull flag. Like come on now. We in here making bread, and did I use a bull flag to make this? No, but I like looking at bull flags. Did I use a bull flag to make 10 bands today? No. But could I make 10 bands looking at a bull flag on MSTR? Yeah. It's a strategy that you can use. And it's hidden bull diverging almost. So it looks good. It's a bull flag. I mean, the bull flag measure moves to 620. I'm seeing bull flags. Robinhood. Bull flag. Bull flag, 81. So, um, yeah. Squeeze until fall all time highs, then hold me for the death drop. Yeah, I think a death drop is definitely coming, but yeah, I got all time highs. I got all time highs. TNA looks incredible. Definitely, TNA looks incredible. I'm gonna give you the contracts we're in just because it's already up 25%. I don't think I'm doing the members a disservice. I mean, we got into it yesterday or Monday, and this thing is already up 25%. So I'm gonna give you what we're in, and we got into these. Okay, we got into April on Monday. We got April 7th. We got into TNA calls October 17th, the 40s, and it was at 103. Now you're probably not gonna get them at 103, but you can probably get still a good price to compare it to what I think is gonna end up going to. I think MSTR is gonna get to $600. You could draw a bull flag on almost any downward pattern. You gotta show me some downward patterns because I don't think that's true. You kind of sound like Drake. Cash in at 88 days before tear started. Oh my gosh. Probably. Probably. But if you guys want to get into our Discord, go to the Twitter. Go to the Twitter. Make sure you guys are following the Twitter. And then all you got to do is come over here and retweet this, okay? Retweet and like it. And look, man, I'll let you in for $1. $1, I'll let you in. I'll let you in. I'll let you in. Now somebody like, yo, bro, why would I hop into what you got going on, man? Dude, I don't even know if you be in. Oh man. I'll be in here hitting, bro. I'm not even gonna show you guys, but yeah, man. Just follow the Twitter. Make sure you guys are inside of the Discord. Literally $1, you can hop in there, okay? Just like this tweet. Look, we already got some people liking it. Retweet it. And then I'll send it out literally after this video or after this live stream. I'll send it out to you guys, okay? But if you guys don't have any more questions, man, we got to get up out of here. Like I said, the stocks that I'm paying attention to the most, China for sure. OKTA I think is an incredible one. What else did we look at? Robinhood, SoFi, I think those are all incredible. Now, are you getting the best entry after a $50 pump day? No, you're not. But could it continue to pump while people continue to short? Absolutely. That could potentially happen. So on any dip, if the market does dip, you probably want to be looking for a dip buy because I have the market getting to all-time highs. When? I'm not sure. I still got to do some more analysis. But also, just follow the Twitter in general. Like, make sure you guys are on the Twitter because before the market, this was Sunday. Okay, I was like Monday we're gonna chop. Tuesday we're gonna drop. Wednesday, get calls. This has been spot on. We're 3 for 3. We're 3 for 3. Okay, we're 3 for 3. Tomorrow I'm saying calls again, and Friday I'm saying calls again. Now, will that work? We shall see. Okay, we shall see. We shall see. But I'm 3 for 3. Could we go 4 for 4? Let's find out. I think we are. And another thing, the perfect trade. Let me read you guys the perfect trade really quick. This is all on the Twitter, by the way. I love updating the Twitter. I love going on the Twitter. Twitter's been the new fun thing that I like putting stuff on because a lot of you guys are on there. A lot of the older crowd and some more smart crowd. A lot of just people with they think. Now I'm not saying anything about some people on here, but they think like come on, Twitter is a different platform that has a different type of person on there than TikTok and than Instagram, and like that's just come on, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But yeah, the perfect trade. Look, this was I published this on April 6th. This was Sunday. I said the perfect trade. This is max fear. Markets bounce. People aren't convinced. Still believe recession. We bounced. We head up even further. More shorts jump in because no way we keep going up. We kept going up. Full reverse the entire crash is my prediction. Have we full reversed it yet? Almost. I think once we get to like 20,000, yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna read you guys the whole thing. But yeah, make sure you guys are following Twitter. Link is in the bio. And like I said, we have $1. Look, man, I'll let you in for $1, bro. Just like it and retweet it. I'll let you in for $1, bro. But anyways, thank you guys for liking the video. Like whoever was spamming the likes, appreciate it. I love you, bro. I love you. May your day be blessed. May your day be blessed, man. Because you came in here, you gave abundance, man. You were giving. Whoever was liking it, man, like you gave. So I'm hoping you receive in your life. Like I really do, bro. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out. Peace.